Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's webinar hosted by the Global Capital family. I'm so happy that you decided to join us this evening, and we have some fantastic deals to go through and to show you, and that you will hopefully enjoy and like. So today I actually have John and Pernilla, John Rees and Pernilla Javier with me on this call, and they are the head of the research department of the Global Capital family, because we believe that each person works the best when they have a sole area to focus on. So that is why we've been able to expand as quickly as we have, and Pernilla has been doing a fantastic job as a head of the research team, going through every deal as if she was going to buy it herself, basically. We just really feel an enormous trust in her, and for anyone out there listening that actually have already worked with Pernilla will know that this is true. So today, as I said, we're going to be covering deals in the Midlands and in Scotland. So it's going to be deals ranging from buy-to-let to HMOs, and it's just going to be a fantastic go through. So, as we said, we have basically made investing simple, easy, and safe. We have done all the due diligence for you, and we've collected and verified all the numbers on these deals. And we're only sending out deals that we are highly confident in, that you can invest through us with tremendous safety, security, and comfort. And without further ado, I would like to invite Pernilla into the call and just start presenting some fantastic deals. So welcome to join, Pernilla.
Hi, thank you very much, Mark. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So, excellent. I'm going to start by sharing my screen right away here. What is that? There you go. You see it?
Yes.
Excellent. Then I want to start by showing you that this is how the deal looks like when you get it sent to you from us. This is how we present our deals. The first one we're going to go through here is a deal located on South Road in Erdington, which is in Birmingham. And this is a very nice deal to actually start investing in Birmingham. Birmingham is a city where a lot of money will be pumped in over the next 10 years. I think someone told me actually they're trying to create a little London here. So it is an upcoming area. And we have also, during our research and our investigations, find out that this part of Birmingham is a very good location for HMOs. So this is a very promising deal. On the first page of the presentation that you get, you have a small summary. Like you can see, you have the address, you have the picture, you have a small summary of the numbers of this deal. You will see that it would cost you around £141,000 to complete this deal. And you have underneath what is the cost of the deal. In this case, the purchase price is agreed at £110,000. And the refurb cost is confirmed with the builder. We have an itemized refurb quote at £20,000. We have added £2,500 into the calculation to count for the furniture pack that you will need for the HMO. And we also have added the other fees. All the fees are estimations, but they are based, or the fees for the survey and the legal fee is estimations, but they are based on what we have been paying before with solicitors and surveyors in these areas that we recommend also. You also have the quick numbers what this deal will provide to you with a mortgage product of where you have here 65% loan to value and 5% interest rate, which is a mortgage product that we as international investors can achieve. This deal would give you an ROI on 15.22% with a mortgage product that also we have access to of loan to value 75% and 5% interest rate. It would give you an ROI on 18.09%. The cash flow that we show here, 753 per month, is calculated on the mortgage product on 65% loan to value. You also have a small summary, short summary of the deal. It is a 2-bedroom terraced house. Like I said, it's located in Erdington in Birmingham. The idea with this one would be to convert it into a 4-bedroom HMO. Inside there you will create 2 en-suites and 2 double bedrooms. You have a small summary of the area in the introduction sheet, and you have a small summary of the project, and we present some sold comparables to you that has been sold now over the past 2 years in this area. It's the same, similar and same type of houses, and what has been paid for those houses. This first sheet here is a summary of the deal. If this deal looks interesting to you, you just continue to scroll down and you will find, first of all, a small detailed introduction what the next step would be for you to do. Contact to Mark. But you find the data behind the numbers. First of all, you can see then the numbers broken down into what the expenses are for the deal, what ongoing expenses we have been counting on, what voids, management, and MO levels. And so also, like you can see here, what remortgage costs that we have based our numbers on. And like I said, we present them both with 65% loan to value and 75% loan to value and 5% interest rate. We also, in the numbers, we show what market value we are counting the deal would be able to sell for after the refurb is done, and what rents that we are estimating in this area. As you can see on these specific deals, we have been calculating on the double room would be renting out for 400 per calendar month, and the en-suites for 450 per calendar month. What the percentage is doing there, I don't really know actually. And you have the result of the numbers. Here, the important figure is the cost to complete deal. Like I told you in the beginning, and you have in the summary, it's £141,000. You have your cash flow per month that is calculated on 65% loan to value, or 75 if you have access to that product. And you have then also the ROI on the deal after you have done your remortgage to both the same to the 65% loan to value and 75% loan to value. These numbers are figures that you get after you have done your remortgage. But inside here, inside the number sheet, you can also find what is your figure before you do your remortgage. That you have here, cash on cash return, no remortgage. 9.38% would be your ROI before you do remortgage on this deal. And the same thing, we show you the cash flow before you do the remortgage, and that would be, in this case, £1,105 per month. For this specific deal, the first exit is to do it as an HMO. The second exit in this case would be to rent it out as a family home. As you can see, it has a negative figure on the flip profit, or the ROI for flip. So this deal today would be to buy and to hold, which is also a very good strategy in this area at the moment. As I told you, it is up and coming. And if I also scroll down a bit further, I will find all the research that we have done on this deal. Like Mark said, we're providing all the information, and we have done we do thoroughly research on all the deals that we present and that we forward, so that we know that it is good deals. It is deals that we believe in, and believe that they will work with this specific strategy in this area. So first of all, in the research sheet, you will find links to the property on the ad of the property. As you can see here, I can just show you, if I click on that link, I guess I will go to the Rightmove page for that house. And on the Rightmove page, you will find the house, you'll find pictures, you find description. You have market information, where you find out here, for example, that the market over the last 5 years, the market has gone up by 15%. You find what other properties with the same amount of rooms have been sold for or rented out for in this area. you find indications of the demand for room let in the area and indications on how easy it is to sell properties in this area. You also find some information about the surrounding area, the link to the Google map here, where you can go, you can take a look and walk around in the area, walk up and down the street to see how it looks like. You find all the sold comparables that we're taking a look at in order to help determine the market value that we put for this property after it has been done up. And here you also have links to the sold comparable page, Rightmove page. So you can also go and take a look to see that you agree with us. And you have small comments about in which conditions these properties are in order to make it as easy for you as possible. And I think it was here that you stopped me, right? Last but not least, we have also take contacts with letting agents and with estate agents in the areas. We talk with letting agents to make sure that this is a good area for the strategy, in this case HMOs, and to see what kind of rents we would achieve in this area. We take contact with estate agents also to find out that the market value that we estimate for this property is realistic and what they would estimate. And then after all the research, we also put down what we estimate, and that is what we put in the calculation sheet, and the market value that we estimate, and that is what we put in the calculation sheet. So here, inside the number sheet and inside the research sheet, you have all the background to the deal that you can go through more if the deal is interesting to you. And last, you also have a small numbers description of the calculations that we do. I just wanted to go through this first deal a bit more thorough like this, so that you are familiar with how the deal looks when you get it presented to you. These are the numbers for the South Road one in Birmingham, and I think if we have John with us, I think he wants to comment a couple of words on this deal also. John?
I think his microphone is still a bit off, so I think you can go through the next deal there.
Okay, I'll do so. I go through the next deal. If you have any questions or if this looks interesting, just get back to us. I then continue with the next one. I'm not going to go through this one as thoroughly because now you know what information you have in this calculation sheet. So you're going to be able to take a look. This one, Hill Street, it is a property located in Newcastle-under-Lyme. It is in Stoke-on-Trent in Staffordshire. It is the idea with this one. It is a 3-bedroom terraced house, end of terrace, that the idea is to convert into a 5-bedroom HMO. Here we have a possibility also to create 5 en-suites inside this house, en-suites that would contain toilets and basin, and then the house would have 1 or 2 common shower rooms, but each room could have its own toilet if that's what the investor wants. To just quickly go through the numbers, the cost to complete this deal would be 125,600, and the purchase price is agreed at 85,000. The refurbishment that we have counted on here is the minimum refurbishment, the minimum, I mean, with not doing the HMO, the en-suites. This is an estimated refurbishment cost, 32,500, where we have included 2,500 for furniture pack. So the estimated refurb is actually 30,000. In order, if you would create the 5 en-suites, you would have to count on a refurbishment cost of 40,000 instead. But then you would also be able to get a bit higher room rent. The ROI on this deal, when calculating on a mortgage product on 65% loan to value, would give you 19.31%, or a cash flow of 859 per month. And that is without doing the en-suites. You have also, like before, information on Newcastle-under-Lyme. it is, with our contacts that we have had in this area, we have understood that it is a very popular area to live in right now, and it's very close to universities, and it's very good for professionals as well. So it is a very nice area for HMOs, and this specific property is located very close to the city center, so it has a very good location. Like I said, the project would be to do a 5-bedroom HMO, and the cost of refurb I have already explained there. And basically, I think that is what we can say about this deal, because all these numbers that we have inside here, once you know how the calculation sheet works, which I explained earlier, these numbers are really easy to go through. We are counting on here a rent for each room when it doesn't have ensuite of £390 per month. That is the basic in the calculation. If we would put on suites, we believe that we could achieve £425 per month. So that changes the calculation a bit. But I will let you know also that counting on the high refurb cost and the high rent, it still actually doesn't achieve much higher ROI. So the ROI is more or less the same, but of course it might be more attractive to rent out when it has their own toilet. There we go. I don't know, like I said here, same thing, research. You have all the research behind this deal and sold comparables and the contacts that we have had in the area about if this is a good area for HMO and what kind of rents you would be able to achieve. So this deal has exactly the same, what do you call it? It looks exactly the same. The outlay of the deal is exactly the same, like I showed you before. And that is Hill Street then. So I assume I just continue because John is still not here, right?
Exactly, just continue on.
Yeah, I continue on. That is Hill Street. That is also available at the moment. Next one I would like to present, I can say about both. The first one that I showed you was in Birmingham. The second one was in Newcastle under Lyme, which is also in the Midlands. The third one here is also in the Midlands, Victoria Street. It is in a location called Mansfield in Nottinghamshire, which is also in the Midlands. And here we have a 3-bedroom semi-detached house today. The idea with this one is to make it into an even bigger house. The bid that we have put, 87,000, and that we have agreed with the seller, is subject to planning permission to do a garage conversion and a single-story extension, which means that we could convert this house into a 6-bedroom HMO and add value to the property in that way. You can see here that this is the garage and this is the house. To just quickly go through the numbers on this one, the cost to complete here would be around £130,000. Like I said, the purchase price is agreed at 87,000, and that is subject to planning permission. The refurb that we are counting on here is 32,500, and we have added £3,000 in order to put the furniture inside the room also. And then you have the fees like before. This, when you count on a mortgage product of 65% loan to value, you get an ROI on 20%, 20.64% to be exact. And that gives you a cash flow on £1,052 per month. If you calculate on a mortgage product on 75% loan to value and 5% interest rate, that would give you an ROI on 24%. The market value here that we have estimated this property to have after we have done the refurb, we think is a bit conservative. It is quite conservative. because this is more or less what we have got in our contacts now with estate agents, that this house could be valued to in a very nice condition as it is today. But so we believe after we have done the garage conversion and the single story extension at the back, and this house will be huge, we believe that this 110 and maybe more even would be easily achievable. You have a bit of information on Mansfield here, which is one of the areas that we have been looking quite deep into. We have found that it is a very good HMO area, and you have a lot of big factories and possible employers around the area. And you have this property located very close to the city center and very close to the hospital. So we do believe that the location to make an HMO here is going to be excellent. We have a bit more information about the project. There is a possibility in this one also to do en suites inside some of the rooms. And that is if the investor would be interested in doing that. We can explore that further with the builder, and we can also provide an itemized refurb quote for both those options. Inside the spreadsheet that we have now, we have not been calculating on doing any HMOs, any en suites. We have only been calculating on doing the extensions and the garage conversion. And of course, everything else that you need for the HMO, like fire doors and alarms and so on. And like in the other sheets as well, you have the numbers more broken down. You have the results of the numbers more broken down, but those I already went through. And you have the research that we have done to the property. And here, the same thing like with Birmingham, you can see over the last 5 years, this area has increased with 17%. And it is, when in our contacts with the estate agents, they have said also that the market appreciation for this area has been very good. We have found out when we have researched this area that it has been a quite, deprived area before. But it has also been taken care of the council. The council is putting a lot of effort to lift the area, and they are focusing on regenerating the area, and so it looks like it's getting more and more popular. Plus, like I said, you have all the big factories around the area, and especially maybe, or the biggest one might be this Sports Direct factory that you have in Shirebrooks, which is very close by. But like I also said, this is very close to the town centers. You also would have workers that work in the town center or at the hospital as potential tenants. So you have all the contacts that we have there. And that is Victoria Street in short. And those three that we went through now are the three that we have in Midlands to go through. I would also like to quickly present 2 deals that we have in Scotland. So I just move on quickly to those. In Scotland, as you probably know, it's not as good area for HMO. So here we are mostly taking a look at buy-to-let deals. This first one that I'm going to present to you is a 3-bedroom flat located on Gartcraig Road, which is in Glasgow in Scotland. It is in east end of Glasgow in a place called Ridley, and this is a popular residential area. If you take a quick look at the numbers here, the cost to complete this deal would be 53,000, and the purchase price is agreed at 46,000, and the refurbishment cost on this one would be very low because it is already in good condition. So basically all what you need to do is to do the safety checks and put the alarms and so on, and put some paint on the walls. So this refurbished cost is confirmed with the builder. We have an itemized refurb quote to provide. And you would have on this deal a market value of 60 when it's done up. We have put 60 here, but that should be a quite conservative value. When we have been in contact with agents in this area, they would estimate this property to be around 60-65 in market value. So to achieve 60 should not be any problem. If you calculate ROI with a mortgage product on 65% loan to value and 5% rent, you would have an ROI on 16.17% here, or a cash flow on 227 per month. And if you calculate with 75% loan to value, 5% interest rate, your ROI would be 22%. And like with the others, you have a small introduction of the area, of the property itself, sold comparables over the last 2 years of similar properties in the area, and information about the next steps, the numbers. As you can see in the numbers here, when we're taking a look at buy-to-let instead, we have lowered the management and the HMO that we're taking a look at and calculating with. And you have the result. And these numbers I went through already. And with the other one, same thing like with the other one, you have all the research that we have done here, link to the property, all the market information, link to Google Maps, all the sold comparables, and the contacts that we have in the area, plus some comments there that we have had during our research. So this is also to go through more thoroughly if you are interested in this deal to take a look at. And to go to the last deal we have then is also in Scotland, and it is Burnbank Road, which is located in Hamilton in Scotland. It is a one-bedroom flat, as you can see here. The cost to complete this deal would be 44,800, where the purchase price is agreed at 30,000. The refurb is confirmed with the builder at 11,000, and we have an itemized refurb quote there. The market value on this property after it has been done up is 55,000. And when you calculate on a mortgage product here on 65% loan to value and 5% interest rate, it gives you 16.53% ROI, cash flow of £159 per month. And if you calculate on a mortgage product on 75%, 5% interest rate would give you ROI on 27%. And for those of you that are interested into flip, you can see that it has a nice flip number here also. But we have put this as a buy-to-let, and we have researched this area as a buy-to-let area. And our contacts has shown that this is a very nice area and would rent out easily, very easy. So if you are interested to actually sell this property, you can take a look in the numbers, and I believe that this has, if we scroll down, I believe that this area indicates that it would be an easy area to sell this property also. If you scroll down here, where you have numbers of properties for sale in the area and numbers of properties that are sold subject to contract, which also give you an indication on how fast it is selling in this area. It shows that 57% of the properties out in this area are sold subject to contract, which gives you an indication that this area, this also could be a very nice flip area. But we would recommend you, if that would be your chosen strategy, to also do research by yourself on that strategy, since our research has been aimed to do buy-to-let here. just for your information. But otherwise, you have all the research that we have done here also. Same thing, sold comparables and contacts. That is a very nice area to rent out in. I do think that that is just a quick go through with these on the deals that we have right now available to source. Like always in properties, you have to be quite quick, since we cannot sit and hold on these properties for so long either. So if you are interested in any of these deals, it would be great if you got back to us. If you have any questions at all, it would be we would be happy to help you to answer those questions. I just wanted to also to summarize a bit, because now I went through 5 deals and I showed you what you get when you get a deal from us to take a look at. And what, not only do you get the negotiated deal already with us, we, like Mark said before also, we do all our research thoroughly on the areas. So you get all the research that we have done, access to that of the area and the strategy, in order to feel safe and to know that it is a good deal that we are providing to you. You also, if you choose to continue a deal with us, we also will help you with all the project coordination all along the way until your property is rent out or sold, depending on what strategy that you're aiming for. As soon as you accept a deal from us, we will help you and introduce you to all the contacts that you need. We will book the survey for you. We will introduce you to the solicitors that we recommend in these areas and that we have used before. We will provide all other necessary contacts for the area, such as an insurance broker or letting agents that we recommend, estate agents and so on, and help you with everything that you need along the way. We will provide the build team, and we will also update you regularly on how the refurb is going. You will get pictures and updates regularly to see how everything and that your project is moving along smoothly. And when it is time for your remortgage, of course, we will be there to remind you for that as well. And we do everything that we can in order to provide good deals and make you feel as certain as possible that it is a great deal that we're giving to you. So please, if you're interested in any of these, just get back to us and we're happy to help you. Mark, over to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that thorough introduction and brief introduction of the different deals. I am, for one, just again proven how thoroughly you go through it. I'm very pleased with the deals there. I'm sure that a lot of you are as well listening. I have in the chat room here to your right, you'll see the link to our investor list, where you basically sign up and you leave your requirements in terms of what type of deals you're looking for. And in the edited version, you'll find the investor link right here below. Very easily, just log on there and leave your information, and we'll get back to you when we have deals suitable for you. I also leave my email down below here and in the chat room, so that you can easily contact me, and if you liked any of the deals you saw today. Today is, let me see here, today is the 10th of August as we're doing this recording, and as Pernilla said, the deals are moving quite quickly, so you do need to take action and contact me if you're interested in any of these deals. So basically the investor list, yet again, will be shown down below or in the chat room, same with my email. And what I want to say before we leave is also that it's unfortunate that John couldn't be joining us, because John is in charge of a very exciting development project in Telford, which is a barn conversion, which we have done a video about as well. And if you're interested in getting the link to that recording, as I said, please just contact me via the email that I listed, and I will make sure to send that out as well. That is a bit more urgent, so you do need to be moving a bit sooner on that one, and it has a potential ROI of 40%, so it's very, very lucrative. And besides that, I just want to make sure to let everyone know that we have a fantastic group on Facebook for all the international property investors called the International Property Alliance. So please head on over there and join the group so that you can just find out more information on webinars like this, deals in not just the UK but all over the world. So make sure to check that out. And besides that, I just want to send out an extra thank you to Pernilla for hosting most of this call, and thank you to all of you looking and listening, and we'll make sure to see you soon again. Thank you very much. Bye.